Lewis Thompson, adding value to health, wellness and fitness organisations through industry-leading L&D solutions, business development manager with Future Fit. Welcome to Icebreaker. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. It's Friday, so
Yeah, it's Friday.
Always enjoy a Friday.
Yeah, I'm going on holiday next week, so I'm really enjoying this Friday.
Yeah.
So, right, are you ready to get into it? Should we just go for it?
Let's do it. Let's just jump in.
Let's just jump in. So you've chosen to pick from the original cards, haven't you? After a bit of discussion, what should we do? So I've sorted them into. We've got 5 piles. So can I have a number between 1 and 5, please, Lewis?
Let's go 3. Lucky number.
3. Oh, lots of people are going for 3 at the moment. Right. Okay. And a number between. Let me just count how many. Number between 1 and 7, please.
I'm gonna stick with 3. Stick with it.
3. Do you want me to count from the bottom or the top?
Top.
Oh, right. Remember, you can pass if you don't like the question. Oh, I like this question. I think you might like this question. Right. There's a lady laughing, which gives us a good clue as to the question. What makes you laugh?
Oh, that is a good one. That is a really good one. Laughing, basically, well, it's so important anyway. That massively for me. But what makes me laugh is that there's so much that makes me laugh. This is a hard one at the same time. Other people laughing is a huge thing that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I think just being in that right environment where it is nice and relaxed and chilled and everyone's having a laugh, that makes me laugh more than anything. Obviously, you've got your normal things, certain bits of comedy. Yeah, for me, it's been in a group where everyone's like-minded, everyone's laughing, everyone's in that environment. And that probably makes me laugh more than anything. This is a really tough question.
It's tough when you try to answer it. Let me have a think. As you're talking, I'm just thinking about like when I've spent time with you in a group situation, and you bring a lot of humour, don't you? You do like to be lighthearted and have a lot of fun. And so that is, I think, your kind of modus operandi is to like have that humour, and that's why people really warm to you, I think. Does that help?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it is I don't really take myself too seriously, as in I do in work. And I always try and make this clear because people think you don't take yourself seriously when you work. I do at work, as in my job. Obviously, everything I do, I put the effort into it and it's serious, but I try and keep it quite light-hearted. I don't really take myself too seriously because I just prefer being in a relaxed environment where you can do that. And the people that I tend to enjoy spending my time with are probably the people like that too. And
nice.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think you can. I've been around people, especially in the industry, where they feel like everything is. You can't have friends in the industry. You can't do this. It's quite formal. Like you've got to do this. And actually, I don't really agree with it because I've got quite a few friends in the industry that have made for those sort of connections.
Yeah.
And it's going off away from laughing slightly, but it is the same thing. And I think a lot of that does come from just having the same sense of humour, being able to laugh at things. And I think you need it as well. I think you can get stressed with things, and you've got the same stresses as a lot of people, haven't you? Especially when you go to these events or meetings and you've got the same stresses. Everyone's going for the same thing. It's not always the easiest industry. We have a lot of struggles. So being able to laugh about things and enjoy that company, I think that helps hugely in terms of how you then can get on with the rest of your day.
Yeah.
And you want these long-term events sometimes. You're there for 2 days and you can't be stressed the whole time. You've got to go and enjoy it at the same time. And I think it does make a difference. It helps everyone else around you relax. And then it's easier to open up conversations at that point as well.
Yeah, that's really interesting because that is, I've observed about the leisure and wellness sector. That's one of my big observations is how sort of close knit it is. And there is this group of like quite a lot of people that get on really well. And I love that. And also, interestingly, humour and use of humour and laughter is a good indicator of somebody's emotional intelligence. And so as a leader, if you can bring humour into kind of of your everyday work, and especially into like difficult conversations. If there's humor, people warm to you more and tend to follow where you're going. So it's a really nice quality to have, and bring that humor in. And I certainly like to work with people who want to have a bit of a laugh, because it works really hard, isn't it? And if we're
Exactly.
serious all the time and we're stressed all the time, we're not thinking in our most productive way and our most strategic way. So I think laughter is really important.
Yeah, no, I think I've learned a lot as well through business in terms of especially doing presentations and stuff. And you start to realise, I think you sat through so many where like death by PowerPoint or just a lot of speaking. And even if the topic's quite intense and you think, okay, there is a lot to learn,
Yeah.
I still get a lot more out of it if someone makes it a little bit more enjoyable
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
relax into it, and then you learn and people feel more relaxed, they ask more questions. But I think I've learned my presentation style a bit like that now as well. So if I'm presenting the things, then I tend to try and make that light-hearted while trying to get the key points across, but trying to keep
Yeah.
everyone at ease. They want to learn from you and they want to listen in.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, even going back to operator days, obviously supplier now, but back in the operator days, it's the same with staff. You knew you can get the best out of them if you try and make an enjoyable environment for them as well.
Yeah.
They know they're going to do their work when they're working, but you need to try and make that as enjoyable as possible. And I think probably from every angle I've been in, I've probably tried to keep that same sort of focus.
Yeah. Human-centered culture. It's the future. It's one of the biggest leadership challenges at the moment. How do you create a human-centered culture? Because that is the future of leadership, despite some of the stuff that's happening in like the world leadership at the
Yeah,
moment. That's not the future of leadership. That's a step back. The future of leadership is being human-centered. So
yeah.
interesting. You're paving the way, Lewis. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Joe, I think it's a huge thing across the industry as well. When you look at some of the markets we work in, especially like the fitness PTs, the ability to build rapport with customers seems to be something we struggle with a lot these days compared to what we used to. And I think COVID's probably had an impact on that. People didn't see each other for a long time. And we've got some really qualified staff now
Yeah.
across the industry, but not all of them know how to speak to clients and how to actually
Yeah.
engage with customers. And it's scary. Like, we all talk about it, it's scary enough for people to come into a facility for their first time anyway, or when they want to start exercising.
Yeah.
So being able to,
Yeah.
again, build rapport instantly and understand the person in front of you and create a connection is so key for us. And yeah,
Yeah.
for me, laughter is probably a key thing for that. It's probably the
Yeah.
go-to.
It is, you're right, and the research says that there's some research around. There was a study around people doing interviews for jobs, and candidates that had like could bring humour into the interview process were something like 3 times more successful in getting roles than people that couldn't do that. So it definitely is. It's a real like how being able to laugh with people and use humor is a real indicator again of emotional intelligence and how you can bring people on the journey. So yeah, what a great question.
It was good
What
in
a
the end.
great
You know
little
what?
discussion.
When you first read it, I thought this would be easy, and then I started and I thought that was actually quite difficult. And then
Yeah,
once we started
yeah,
feeding off each other, it was good. But do you know
yeah.
what?
What?
It's probably something that's going to feed into our Elevate talk. That thing about
Oh
humour
yes.
again. I think like what you just said, the recruitment side of it and the
Yeah,
induction side, from my view, I think we can bring that up again. We can talk about
yeah.
that again in a few weeks.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Elevate. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Right, shall we do a quick wrap up? Thank you for that. We could have had a discussion about kind of all the slapstick humour we like and stuff, but we
We could
took
have,
it.
I know.
We went right down the
We
emotional
stuck in a
intelligence
very
route.
industry and business route of humour rather than
Yeah,
just
I
general
know. I
humour.
love it. I love it. Who'd know? We're totally unscripted. Right, let's do a wrap up. This is the bit where I ask if there's anybody you'd like to nominate to come on and do an icebreaker with me.
I've got someone.
Go on.
For me, Craig Jones.
Oh, Craig. Yeah, I bonded with Craig over, well, I think I bonded with him. Hopefully I did. Over a humorous conversation about the quality of a tea tray, I think it was, and the fact there was no Yorkshire tea.
I mean, it's a
So
good point.
yeah, hopefully he'll want to come on. That'd be brilliant. Will you let him know that you've
I
nominated
will,
him?
and I'll make sure that he comes on. But he is someone that fits perfectly into what we just talked about as well. Every time I'm with him, you see, it's an enjoyable time, but you get
Yeah,
so much from him. He's got so much knowledge to share. But again, he does it in such a way that he's always, you want to listen to him and you want to learn from him.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, great. I look forward to getting him on, and we'll see which pack of cards he chooses. Hey.
Make him do the other.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Lewis. I'm really looking forward to seeing you Elevate as well in a few weeks' time. It's like 3 weeks away, isn't it now?
It is, it's coming.
So although this might go out, just before Elevate. Yes, it will. I think this will go out just before Elevate because I've got
a little bit of panel promotion.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Come and see us at Elevate. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, thanks so much. That's been
Thank you for having me on.
No, you're more than welcome. It's taken a while, hasn't it, to get a date in the diary? But we got there in the end. That's the main thing. Oh, thanks so much. And I'll see you in London.
See you then, yeah.